What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is the video prediction that I've been wanting to do for so long now. It's the game I've been looking forward to the most out of the whole November internationals. Once Six Nations started and ended, this was the game that I was most excited for, and there's a particular special reason why this game is, for me, the biggest game of the year, and why it's so important for me to review and predict on and to recap on, is because New Zealand and Ireland are my two highest following base. From a subscriber rate, Ireland, then it's New Zealand. From a viewpoint of view, it's New Zealand, then Ireland. Both these two fantastic countries are neck and neck, and are the key to helping me have grown over the past year, which I'm extremely grateful for. Obviously, I'm grateful for all my subscribers, but these two nations, these two countries, these two rugby fanatic fans around New Zealand and Ireland have helped me get to where I am today, and I'm truly grateful to all of them. And I'm so excited and proud to be able to predict this game. So if you're new here and haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join me on the journey. We have got so much rugby in store for us. This is a dream for me, and I thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm truly honoured to be talking about this game because it's going to be absolutely amazing. The All Blacks, the best team in the world, the team that has been dominating world rugby for so many years now, the current world champions, a team that's probably the favourite to be the next world champion in 2019 for the fourth time, and could be third time in a row. Ireland, having not the greatest of history, but then this year and end of last year really shaping up and transforming into something special. Winning the Six Nations, Grand Slam champions, beating Australia in Australia for the first time in a very long time. Joe Schmidt has totally transformed this team into something special, where they're breaking history, they're making things happen, they're surprising their fans, they're surprising fans from around the world, myself as South African included. The All Blacks I've watched since I was a youngster, from Tri-Nations to Rugby Championship, have so much respect for this team, from watching the haka to God Save New Zealand. It is truly amazing, from watching the likes of Jonah Lomu, Justin Marshall, Andrew Mertens, Carlos Spencer, to Bowden Barrett and all the great guys that are playing in the squad today. Ireland, for me, the history of these two teams. Keith Wood was one of the first hookers I watched from Ireland and recognised. Peter Stringer, one of my favourite scrum halves in world rugby, because of what he was able to achieve for being such a little man. And if you don't know my history, I'm a small person, and watching guys like that achieve so much really inspires me to do what I'm doing right now. So many great memories for me as a fan for both these teams. And I'm just a South African, but I've got so much respect for these two countries. And this weekend, the game is kicking off finally. I mean, they haven't played each other since 2016, but man, the build-up to this has been absolutely epic. It's the best team in the world versus the second best team in the world. Both have achieved so much greatness, and both have outstanding rugby players who have taken them to the next level. Both have magnificent coaches. I've just mentioned Joe Schmidt, but Steve Hansen, what he's done with the All Black team, how he's kept them in such great shape, winning form. I mean, his CV's resume is truly inspiring of what he's achieved with the All Blacks. And obviously, he's got history with Wales when they weren't in the greatest of positions, but he's come and taken New Zealand to the next level, and for that, I have loads and loads of respect for these two coaches. There's talks of Joe being the next All Black coach after Steve Hansen, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, let's talk about the great game that's happening this weekend. Now, as mentioned, Ireland are the Six Nations champions. New Zealand are Rugby Championship champions. So we got the best of Europe versus the best, or the best of the Northern versus the best of the Southern Hemisphere. And it's going to be an epic contest. Steve Hansen went on to say, whoever wins this game is truly the best in the world. Stuff the rankings. Whoever wins this game truly can have that title. Obviously world rankings talk the talk, but respect should be given to the team who wins, and I think respect should also be given to the team who loses. I'm hoping, honestly, I'm really hoping for an extremely close game. Pretty much what we saw between New Zealand and England. If not, I want more tries, and I want it to be intense. Last minute try to steal the win, like we saw with South Africa and France. I want it to be absolutely epic and exciting for the fans, and for not just the fans of the two nations, but for the fans around the world who are going to be able to witness this great event. Man, I'm excited. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. And once again, I'm only a South African. There's battles that I'm looking forward to this weekend, and sadly one of them can't happen because one of my favourite scrum halves to this date, Conor Murray, is unfortunately still injured and won't be making his return this weekend. Safe call, because obviously you've got World Cup coming up, so you don't want to risk him and get him hurt, because obviously against the All Blacks you bring out your very best no matter who you are. And so clever call. So unfortunately he's not there, but it's an opportunity for the other scrum halves to stand up, and we saw that they had an impact in last weekend's game, but I'll get to that in a bit. But the battle for me this weekend is two of the greatest fly-offs in world rugby today. Beauden Barrett versus Johnny Sexton. Done a video of these two, comparing them, sharing my opinions, and a lot of you shared yours. Beauden Barrett has been on a whirlwind. He's been on fire. Not quite a whirlwind, he's just been on fire. He's an unbelievable fly-off with skills that so many fly-offs around the world wish they had. He really has taken the All Blacks to the next level. 4 tries against Australia. He's a point scoring machine. He's taken New Zealand to the next level as well. He's assisted them in winning some massive games, and last week he was an outstanding figure in that All Black squad when they were struggling, but came back, and his boot was the goal. And that has been the criticism for quite some time, was his goal kicking. But Schmidt, he shut the critics up, and well done to him for that, and credit to him for that. He really is an all-round genius of what he does. Johnny Sexton, another Irish gem. Man's got so much experience, also taken Ireland. He's been with Ireland in the good times, in the bad times, in the tough times, in the great times, and currently it is the great times. He's transformed the team. He's helped the team get that Grand Slam. That important final drop goal against France earlier this year was the key to a victory, a key to a winless game, a key to an opportunity for Ireland to win the Six Nations. He's been there from thick and thin, a fantastic place kicker. But he's also been rattled, just like Beauden has. Last week is a good example of that. It was a tough game for Johnny, but he will shake things off and he'll be prepared. I'm telling you now, I've said this just now, but when you play the All Blacks, you bring your best. You are your absolute best when playing, and I'm expecting that this weekend when these teams meet and go at each other. It's going to be a hard-hitting game. They're going to give it their absolute all. They're going to give it their absolute all, and I can't wait to witness it. Now, these two teams, in the past 30 times they've played each other, Ireland has won once, and that was in Chicago, where they beat the All Blacks to break an amazing streak that the All Blacks were running. But Ireland got them, finally, after so many years. It was 1975 or 1976, they had a draw. But one win for Ireland. Question is, can they do it again? Now obviously they went on to win, and I think people got confident. We thought, can we witness the break of the All Blacks or the rise of Ireland? But then just 2 weeks later, the All Blacks came back with a bang and took out Ireland. It was a physical game, it was tough, injury galore, but it was a game that New Zealand took, and a game that New Zealand proudly won. And it's a game that I'm sure will be on the minds of the Irish players this weekend, as well as Joe Schmidt. He's going to be thinking about this game. that game. He's going to be thinking of what can we do to not repeat what we witnessed. He's going to do everything in his power to make sure that this team is ready for the All Blacks. Now, from that team to now, for me, it's a way better Irish team. They're more gelled. The camaraderie within the bunch is amazing. The leadership quality, the obviously it's pretty much the same. But they've grown together, they've developed. We've got some new blood in Stockdale, all those great players. But you've also got an All Black team that has just progressed and transgressed from strength to strength. Yes, they have their weaknesses. Yes, they lost to South Africa. Yes, they nearly lost to England last weekend. But the important factor is the All Blacks never give up. They come back. If Ireland are 30-0 ahead in the first half, I would still be nervous because of the history of what the All Blacks can do and how they've just come back. They could still win that game by 40-30, by 45-30, by 31-30. It can be done, and that's the key for Ireland. They need to be alert. They need to be prepared. They need to be fit. They need to defend like demons. They need to attack like champions. Because if they don't do that, the All Blacks are going to run them. They're going to run them. And they're going to smash them. So they need to be key. Now the last time, obviously, they met, New Zealand picked up a victory, and Ireland will be remembering that and playing that for them this weekend. So the key is, who's going to be the standout for me? I've got to go with the fly-offs. And the reason why I go with the fly-offs is because they're the point scoring machines. They held the key to winning or losing a game. Winning by kicking all their points and controlling the game, leading the game, and making sure things are going into the right places by kicking the ball tactically and all that stuff. Losing the game by missing a final kick, missing a drop goal opportunity or whatever it may be. They're going to give the absolute all on the line. They're going to fight so hard. Winning goal this weekend. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. You got two of the greatest coaches in the world versus two of the greatest teams in the world. It's a game of dreams for fans. I'm more excited than that than my own South African team. But it's because of where these two rugby teams have come and gone and continued. And that's why I am so excited for this game. It's going to be special. It's going to be electric. And that's when I get to what is my prediction. I've thought long and hard about this. I've thought of how this game is going to plan out in my head. I've thought of the weaknesses, the strengths. I mean, for me, the weakness for Ireland is Conor Murray not being there. That is such an important player. For New Zealand, there's not many weaknesses I can point out. The home factor for Ireland definitely goes as an advantage. But we know the record away for the All Blacks. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. So that's something we must also remember, is how strong they are when playing away from home. How strong they are as a team. How strong they are under pressure. And how strong they are when they're ahead. That's a scary thought. Because when they're defeated and exhausted, they come right from the second half and just completely take over the game. So, who's going to win this weekend between these two magnificent nations? Kick-off, it's going to be electric. The crowd's going to go mad. The anthems are going to be exciting. The haka is going to be passionate and emotional. I reckon at the start of this game it's going to be back and forth. Won't be many points in that first half. Probably 6-10, 7-10, 11-7. I just see something small and low at the start. And then the second half I see the teams getting on attacking level. Both coaches have gelled something within them and said, right guys, we need to go to the next level, put the gas on. We know the All Blacks are going to put the gas on. Ireland, you need to put on the gas. And I think we're going to see quite a few tries. But the key for the Irish fans and for Ireland is that 65th minute the All Blacks put on the gas. You've probably heard this in my reviews of the All Black games, so be careful of that. And that's going to be the key for me in this game. And why I say it's the key is because that could be the win or the lose for the Irish team. If they don't catch a wake up in the 65th minute, they aren't alert, they don't defend, they will lose that game. So therefore, for this weekend, the prediction, if you'd asked me before June, I would have said Ireland to win by 5 or more points. But due to Conor Murray's injury, and the key for me that he was one of the big impact players within that squad, the controller, the way that man plays rugby is truly amazing. And I reckon he would have put the pressure on Aaron Schmidt, caught the mistakes, capitalised on the mistakes, would have had a bit of pressure at TJ Perenara. But I reckon he still would have got ahead. And I believe he was the key with Johnny Sexton as his number 10 partner to win the game. But because of that, I just feel the All Blacks will be one step ahead of them. They got great scrum half replacements. But for me, they're just not on the exact level of Conor Murray. They're fantastic. And they had an impact last weekend. They really did. They showed what they can be a part of. They showed that they can really surprise. And that is such an important thing for them. But for me, it's a big loss for Ireland. And I think that could see the pressure. Look, I'm not going for a big score here. I'm going to go 5 or 7 or more points for the All Blacks to win. And I reckon it's going to be in the last 5 minutes. Look, if I'm wrong, I'll be very happy for the Irish. You all know I'm a respecter for both of these two nations. So whoever wins, I will be extremely happy and proud for them. But I think Ireland, this would be a good win for Ireland. I think they will need it more going forward, and it will give them the confidence that they need to get past that curse that they keep losing in the World Cup. I think this is what will be their build-up. This will be their saying point, their determination, their decider of where they'll go in the World Cup if they beat the All Blacks. So although I'm a Southern Hemisphere boy and I would love the All Blacks to continue their winning ways, I would love to see Ireland win, just for the sake of them doing well in the World Cup. And why I say that, guys, is because of what they've achieved, where they've come from. I have all the respect in the world for both teams. But for me, Ireland have achieved so much. And I'll be extremely happy for them if they win. But I'll also be happy for the All Blacks if they win. It's going to be an epic game. I cannot wait. I am on the edge for it. I think it's going to be amazing. So that's it. New Zealand to win by 5 or more points. It's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be epic. And that's my predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed so you can keep up to date with all future uploads. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys real soon for another video. South Africa versus Scotland prediction coming soon. So make sure you are tuned in for that as the bike rides past. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.